Around the Ozarks is now on your FM radio. Listen to Around the Ozarks mornings with Grace Gooley as I spotlight local people, stories, and podcasts, all while playing the country legends of the 90s and the hit makers of the 2000s. It's on the Ozarks' best country, 105.1 The Bull. It's time for Around the Ozarks News, brought to you by the Springfield Greene County Park Board, Thompson Sales, Advanced Car Care Center, Smouse Brothers Foundation Repair, United Plumbing, and Anchor Point Roofing and Siding. Here are your hosts, Ethan and Sarah Forhetz.
Hey, good morning to you on Friday. Hope your week has been great because the weekend is here, and I hope that's fantastic for you as well. We're going to start out with some news.
Okay. A Joplin man is facing several charges after police say he injured multiple people in what appears to be random attacks. This happened in Branson on Sunday. Jeffrey Landsaw is accused of throwing a woman to the ground and hitting her, throwing a table at another person, and then shoving a third victim. Police say he later fought with a neighbor, leaving that person with cuts and bruising to the face and head. Landsaw is now facing felony assault charges, armed criminal action, and domestic assault.
Man,
random attack.
It's disturbing, but I'm thankful that it wasn't much worse than that. I mean, It wasn't pleasant for the people involved, but man, those stories go south sometimes.
Yes. Teenagers are going to be soon facing a curfew in Lake of the Ozarks from 11 p.m. to 5 a.m. The Board of Aldermen unanimously approved a new ordinance. It'll cover the Bagnell Dam Strip area and is aimed primarily at unaccompanied minors. Minors who do have a parent or legal guardian with them, or those who have a legitimate reason, like they're going to work, those people are exempt. The first violation of curfew is a warning. Later violations can bring a $500 fine. Police have cited concerns about teens using fake IDs and gathering late at night.
Yeah, that's a problem at a strip like that. So good for them. I'm for it. Kids should be at home at that hour.
Nothing good happens after 11 p.m., right?
That's
Mr.
right,
Forhead?
especially when you're a certain age. State audit of Willard found no evidence that the former mayor Corey Hendrickson misused city tax dollars, but it did identify significant management and water system problems and issues. The city lost nearly 73 million gallons of water in 2024 and about 82 million gallons last year. That is more than twice Missouri's acceptable loss standard. So where's it all going? Auditors also found thousands of dollars in old utility debt without a consistent collection process, along with problems involving leave records, taxes, open meeting requirements, all that sort of thing. So as a result, the city received a fair overall rating. It sounds less than fair to me, but they received, there's a protocol for that. They received a fair rating, and sounds like they got to get that water problem under control.
Mm-hmm.
You may have heard about this story. Now there's a follow-up. ESPN analyst and Joplin native Matt Miller is facing a misdemeanor traffic charge now following a June crash you may have heard about that left him without his left arm. It was a heavy-duty crash. Had to be amputated. Troopers say Miller's Ford Bronco crossed the center line on Route 96 in Jasper County and hit a semi, the corner of a semi. The truck driver wasn't hurt. But Miller is accused of failing to drive on the right half of the road and is due in court as a result on September 21st. The crash comes as Missouri Attorney General investigates complaints from people who say they were not paid money or services promised by Miller prior to this crash. The Attorney General's office says there are no new updates in that investigation. But after the crash, there was a GoFundMe set up. That has been shut down since these revelations came about accusations of not being paid. So,
who knows what he was even supposed to deliver? I mean, he's an ESPN analyst.
And he left. Yeah, he left ESPN after this. So
Okay.
I don't know what he owed people money for.
Right. It's interesting.
Yeah.
Okay. Landowners in Christian and Taney counties are asking the Missouri Public Service Commission to stop Liberty Utilities from moving ahead with property acquisitions for a major transmission project. The company plans to replace a 26-mile section of 69 kilovolt line between the Ozark Dam and Ozark South substations with a higher capacity line, higher kilovolts. Property owners argue that Liberty is dividing the larger project into segments to avoid a state review process that would examine that route and also charge cost to customers. The landowners say new or expanded easements could affect their property, including agricultural land. And so now the PSC, the Public Service Commission, has ordered Liberty to respond, and then they will investigate the complaint.
And it's much higher capacity lines. I think it's 69 kilovolt changed to 161 kilovolts. That's a big difference.
Yeah. So we'll see. Because right now, they haven't investigated it. They've got to first get the complaint so that they know what to then. Yes. Okay, the Missouri Sports Hall of Fame is going to be reopening now its museum in Springfield for the first time in more than 4 years. The new downtown location is at 431 West Walnut Street. It's 5,000 square feet of display space featuring jerseys, trophies, game balls, and other memorabilia. The location is temporary while they are searching for a new permanent home.
And I've driven by the old, where it used to be located out there by Highland Springs, and they're really refurbishing that. It's looking much nicer and different on the outside. It's going to be a venue of some sort. So that's coming along too. So progress on both fronts. Yeah. Missouri State University has announced 3 new inductees into its Missouri Public Affairs Hall of Fame. The class includes education pioneer Susan Blow, humanitarian and political scientist Ken Rutherford, and the Dunn Family Foundation. I was doing a little research on Susan Blow. She was an incredible woman, lived in St. Louis in the 1800s, ended up traveling to Germany, learned about kindergarten, which is what they called it there, and then brought it back to St. Louis and said, hey, I want to do this here. And they said, great, we don't have the money. If you want to pay for it, go ahead. And her family was wealthy. So she did. She paid for it in Des Peres. And they saw immediate results with kids at a young age going to kindergarten and starting to learn things, which back then they didn't do at all. So she really was the kind of a founder, certainly a cheerleader for kindergarten.
Yeah, that's so interesting.
In the 1800s, yeah.
Yeah.
Rutherford helped lead the international campaign to ban landmines and actually received the Nobel Peace Prize in 1997, which is pretty impressive.
Yeah.
And the Dunn Foundation has supported education, human services, and community programs for decades. So those inductees will be honored September 10th at the Old Glass Place in Springfield. I believe it's down there on Route 66 in Springfield.
Yeah.
That is the Missouri State University, Missouri Public Affairs Hall of Fame.
Very good.
And big weekend at Missouri State University. It's move-in weekend for students because the fall semester begins Monday. So thousands of students are hitting campus this weekend. About 3,400 students will live in the residence halls. Roughly 2,600 expected to move in before Sunday or through Sunday.
Yeah.
The university has expanded its welcome week through August 21st. So another week or so, including Bear Bash Saturday night and the new student convocation on Sunday afternoon.
It's exciting. I love all things college. It's fun. Yay.
Yeah.
Ozarks Technical Community College has officially opened its new Michael L. Parsons Student Union, which is nearly 100,000 square feet. It is quite the hub. It's got Domino's, I think. It's got Hardee's. It's got Starbucks. It's got like a Chinese food restaurant in there. I was looking at the pictures of it. It's pretty impressive. 3 stories, library, tutoring center, writing center, study rooms, fitness center, food court, event space, multi-purpose court. That project was $48 million, and former Governor Mike Parson helped secure $46 million in state funding. The college has also added nearly 300 parking spaces. Woohoo! That new facility is intended to give students more place to study, socialize, and connect with the campus.
Man, I missed out on this new style of college. Because
so did I, by the way.
Really?
I mean, we had an insanely nice student union. Like it was very nice. And it was, at the time, it was like the biggest student union in the country. Super nice. Oklahoma State University. That is my alma mater. But they actually were using my tuition dollars to build the new student fitness center. I never got to enjoy it. You know what year it opened? The very next year. And I have since been in it, and it is phenomenal compared to where I worked out.
Yeah. You're not going to get any sympathy from me. We didn't have anything in our student union. I think we had a couple of old couches and just a cafeteria, but there were no name brand restaurants in the student union like there are now. Now I go in, there's all kinds of stuff. Yeah. It's like a food court.
I'm telling you, the facilities at colleges. Also, I lived in the old dorms, and about a year after I left, no, it would have been a year before. Sorry, because one of my high school classmates, who was like a year older than me, she lived in the new ones, and she had her own bathroom. I mean, I shared a bathroom with like 25 people, you know? Yeah. She had her own bathroom, and I'm like, who do you think you are?
These spoiled kids today.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. Chris Lehman, if you're listening, that was for you. It was really nice. Really nice. Okay. A tractor trailer carrying 3 sea lions to the Missouri State Fair. Look how cute they are. Hold on. Where are we?
I got it. Go ahead.
Look right there. It got in a big crash. They were going to the fair to put on a show, and there was a crash early Thursday in Columbia, which forced the fair to cancel the first scheduled sea lion splash performance. The Missouri State Patrol says the truck hit a concrete barrier on I-70 near North Rangeline Road around 3:00 in the morning. The sea lions were taken to the University of Missouri Vet Center. They are supposedly in excellent condition. They're doing very well. 4 people in that truck. One of them has moderate injuries and was hospitalized.
I guess they're fine outside water. I guess they don't need water.
I mean,
because they don't have any water in these pictures.
Well, there's water underneath that wood right there. I saw it.
Is there?
So, yeah. He was posing for the picture, but as soon as the camera shuttered, I think he went back down. Yeah. If you go to the last one.
They don't look wet.
Yeah.
Oh, there yeah, he does kind of. Okay. Yeah. We're looking at pictures for those of you listening online or on the podcast rather than
see, I see water right there in between those 2 slats of wood. So.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Well, I guess sea lions do need water. Hey, after all, the U.S. Medical Center for Federal Prisoners in Springfield, you know it as the FedMed, is going to hold a 2-day hiring event Monday and Tuesday. Facilities looking for correctional officers, medical professionals, registered nurses, nurse practitioners, physicians, pharmacists. That's a lot of stuff. The event runs from 8 to 7 both days at the FedMed's office there on West Sunshine at Kansas. Walk-ins are welcome. You can do it that way if you want. The Federal Bureau of Prisons says benefits include 401k with a 5% match, law enforcement retirement program. I knew somebody who was looking into a job there years ago, and the benefits are really good.
Yeah, was that my sister?
You work with federal prisoners, so there's a trade-off. Yep. But yeah, there you go. If you're interested, now you know.
Okay. Whitewater in Springfield is hosting 2 nights of dive-in movies this weekend. That's fun. Tonight, families can watch Megamind while floating in the wave pool. And then Saturday night, tomorrow night, is The Incredibles 2. Both movies scheduled to start at 7:30 p.m., weather permitting. So make sure the weather's going to hold off for you. Those events are part of the Whitewater Night Water series, where the park is open till 10 p.m.
Well, how is anybody supposed to know what the weather's supposed to be?
Well, you got to stay tuned for Abby Dyer, and she'll let you know.
Oh, Wake Up Weather's next. That's right.
With the real meteorologist. Sometimes we just call her Abby Dyer. We really should say meteorologist Abby Dyer because there is a difference. Because sometimes Ethan and I try to give you the weather, but it's not quite the same.
Yeah. It may or may not be true.
Yeah. I mean, we do read it off of people who are actual meteorologists, but we're not looking at any sort of imaging or,
no data
reporting.
Oh, hey, by the way, today's Ron Hurst's last day at KY3.
Congratulations to Ron. Very exciting.
Officially, as a career, he's going to be filling in quite a bit. I think next Thursday and Friday. So
yeah,
they're going to have a party.
Are you serious?
Yeah, they're going to do all that stuff for him, but then he's going to fill in next Thursday and Friday. He's got a lot of fill-in work, I think, through the rest of the year.
That's really funny, actually, because they're like, bye. Oh, but by the way,
yeah.
As it turns out, you are hard to replace, and so please come in Thursday.
Yeah,
that's actually, I love that he's doing that though for them. That's good.
Yeah, he's going to fill in for a while, but it's his official last day of his career, and then he's just going to do some extra fill-in work. So it'll be weird not having Ron around. I had lunch with him Wednesday of this week.
Yeah,
and it sounds like he's ready. He's ready to cool. take a little break and maybe do it 2 days a week instead of doing it 5 days a week.
That would be nice. Yeah. Huh. I'll go report if you'll let me do it 2 days a week. Remember when I texted our boss probably a year ago because there was this massive breaking news story? I was like, put me in, coach. Old habits die hard. It's true. It's true. Yeah. It's in your blood.
That's why we're doing this.
So I know. Look at me now, right? Like apple did not fall from the tree. It's what I do. That's all we got. We'll see you on Monday. I hope you have a fantastic weekend.
See ya.
It's time for Around the Ozarks Wake Up Weather, sponsored by Command Family Medicine, Whole Hog Cafe, Taylor Grubaugh Chevrolet, and Godfather's Pizza. Here's your host, meteorologist Abby Dyer.
Good morning, everybody. You are listening to Around the Ozarks Wake Up Weather. It is Friday. We made it to the end of the week, and temperatures are hot already. We've got numbers in the mid-70s early this morning. Extreme heat warnings making headlines all across the Ozarks, and it's going to be another scorcher across the region. I wish I had different news to deliver. A hot weekend is setting up for the Ozarks. We are talking temperatures that are dangerous to be out in. Heat index values that are even worse. It's enough to issue some kind of heat headline for every single county in the Ozarks, and it's going to hold on not just today, but all through Saturday, all through Sunday. It is going to be a week of very hot temperatures in the Ozarks. We've got numbers that are just going to be soaring today, either side of 100 degrees. Don't be surprised if you hit the triple digits with those actual highs. It's going to be incredibly warm across the Ozarks. Numbers are starting out in the mid-70s, so we're well on our way there to that warm up across the region. Not difficult to do when you start out this warm. We're watching a frontal boundary that's kind of draped across northern Missouri. It's creating some very heavy rainfall and even severe weather for parts of the Midwest, including northern Missouri and much of Iowa. That stretches back down through northern and central Illinois into portions of Indiana, southern portion of Ohio, and then all the way back into West Virginia and Virginia. We are under that bubble of hot air that I've been talking about, that heat dome, and nothing about that is going to change. We've got highs either side of 100 degrees today. You can expect a very similar forecast both Saturday and Sunday. That's what's prompted these extreme heat warnings where the heat index value is going to be anywhere from 100 to 105 and stay there for a long time. Like hours at those temperatures. It's going to lead to things like heat exhaustion, heat stroke, and dehydration. So remember, drink plenty of water just today and this weekend. Never leave kids or pets in the car for any amount of time in this type of weather, and take frequent breaks in the shade. And even better, if you can get to the air conditioning, that would be even better to help cool you down. Heat index values are going to soar not just today, but through the weekend, as I mentioned. And it's really not until the early part of next week that we see any relief at all. And even then, this is pretty weak. We've got temperatures that are extreme today, tomorrow, and on Sunday. By Monday, they're still moderate, and numbers are likely still going to be in the 90s through Monday and Tuesday of next week. Some long-range models, in fact, showing kind of a resurgence of the extreme temperatures into the middle of next week. Storm chances, they're back in the forecast by the time we get to Monday. They're isolated at best, but we'll take any storm chance at this point because, number one, we need some rain, but also, number two, it's going to help to cool us down a little bit if we get some of those showers. So that's what we are hoping for here in the Ozarks. Around the country, here's what's making headlines. It's dangerous heat from much of the southern and central plains to much of the southeast. Heat headlines are really showing up in some of the national news. We also have an active pattern that is going to allow for some heavy rainfall, severe weather. I mentioned parts of that for the upper Midwest, but this is also going to lead to flash flooding for a severe and widespread portion of the country. That is also making national news headlines as we round out this new work week. All right, it's time for that Around the Ozarks Wake Up Weather Brain Twister trivia question for the day. And the question today is this: true or false? Lightning is hotter than the surface of the sun. Do you think that is true or false? Well, if you guessed true, you would be correct. In fact, lightning is significantly hotter than the surface of the sun. A typical lightning bolt reaches temperatures of about 54,000 degrees Fahrenheit, whereas the surface of the sun, otherwise known as this photosphere, is only about 5,000 to 6,000 degrees Celsius, which is 10,000 degrees Fahrenheit. So nearly 5 times hotter than the sun's surface. That's why you don't want to get struck by lightning. All right, here's the next trivia question that I have for you. Another true or false. I get on these kicks. You see the trend here? True or false? It has rained fish and frogs in several places on Earth. Do you think that is a true or a false statement? Weird enough to be true? Let me know what you think. You can do that at the website. Enter our Brain Twister trivia question and you could win $50 to Godfather's Pizza. Thanks so much for listening to Around the Ozarks Wake Up Weather with me this morning. I hope you have a fantastic weekend. We made it to Friday. We're going to have to sweat this one out, though. Temperatures just soaring all through the weekend. Thanks to our sponsors, Command Family Medicine, Whole Hog Cafe, Taylor Grubaugh Chevrolet, and Godfather's Pizza. Have a good one. We'll chat again first thing on Monday morning.